Yo, what's up, Chris? Why is all my stuff all jacked up? Hold on one second. Alright, there we go. Is that working? That's working. Sweet. Unmute the audio. Yo, Chris, thanks for the resub. Hi, babe. So, we are back. Why is chat not popping up in the top corner? That's weird. Okay. We're back, and we're back to doing nights. And, yeah. Totally fun. We're also doing Mario. So, I figured I'd start out with something that was, a little bit more enjoyable my first playthrough, and I didn't have a ton of issues, like with Hyperion, where the hack is broken, and when I told the creator about it, he was kind of like, oh, well, you just have to one-shot this level, so otherwise it breaks it. So yeah, I won't be going back to Hyperion, but I decided to play some Orcus, just because, I hadn't played Kaizo in a while, and I figured I'd start out with something I like. And then eventually we will go back to playing Invictus and finish up Invictus, which we're at Die Tree right now, so it's just a little bit more than I'm willing to do right now. But how's everybody doing? How was everybody's weekend? Wrong way. Trying to remember how to do all of this. But how is it going tonight, everybody? Chris, I figure, is probably on Destiny. That was lame. It's going. Yeah, it's definitely going. I think I want to skip that top one. I think that's the problem, is I keep hitting the top one and it's causing me to go into that spike. I don't remember though. It's been a while since I played this one. That was it. No big bounce though. That kind of sucks. Yeah, I kind of figured Chris would be playing Destiny tonight, which is what I have been doing on Monday nights, but I don't know, like, this season of Destiny's been okay. It's just the gameplay got kind of stale, if that makes sense. No big bounce. Anybody do anything exciting over the weekend? Come on. It makes sense once you get into playing it. Like, at first, it doesn't really make sense. But I actually really do enjoy the game. It's just, I don't know, it seems like lately I'm letting go of jump. Why is he still getting a huge bounce straight up into the spikes? But like once you get used to playing it, it makes a lot of sense. It's actually a lot of fun to play. Other than, you know, when you got to play the same things over and over again because the game creators kind of ran out of ideas for challenges. Damn it, I did that out of order. Big bounces. Come on, Mario. That was dumb. So, the one thing I will say about this hack, it was my first time playing through it. Like, this was one of the hacks that I absolutely enjoyed playing 100%. There's one level in it that I really didn't like playing. It was a cool idea for the level. I just didn't like the level, just because of the mechanic in the level. And that was the secret level in World 3. I didn't really enjoy that level too much, and I didn't go far enough right. And that's just because it was the disco shell level where you had to ride disco shells on lava. Not exactly super fun. But still a good level. Really well designed, it's just it was kind of a pain. So not my favorite. Also because I'm not a huge fan of disco shells, and that one had like spiked disco shells that didn't quite act like disco shells, but then you also had to surf a disco shell on lava, and not only was it on lava, but like the shell was going up and down at the same time, so it made it a little bit more difficult to do. get hecked by some hitboxes. You gotta play what? This? Or the one level I didn't like? I'm not playing that level. I'm not doing the secret levels this playthrough. I'm not going for the 100% this time around. I'm just doing the regular playthroughs. Come on. Like, I'm not... Jumped way too early right there. I'm getting seriously hecked by these hitboxes, man. I don't think I've ever hit that spike before. That's something new. I guess I should have done a regular jump there. Come on, give me the hit. There we go. Out of this level. Finally. 15 minutes in. So we'll be going to midnight-ish, my time. So, be going for about 3 hours. Wow, full send it. Thanks for the GG's, babe. And the hot garbo. Since it's not the hoe garbage. thought that platform was going to go a lot faster than it did. Jump. I almost got done the one cycle there. I don't know how I'm getting a full jump there. I'm like barely pressing the button. Ooh, I like how those spawned in though. I think right there I'm supposed to just run off. I'm not sure. I keep thinking that that platform's going to go a lot faster than it does. I don't think we're going to beat this tonight. But I would like to see how far I can get tonight in one stream. Of course, I gotta avoid the poison mushrooms instead of just running into them. I need to stop doing, you know, these ridiculously high spin jumps in that area. There we go. That jump right there I absolutely hate because it's such a precise jump. Like you have to hit the coop at the exact right spot. Now you gotta deal with that spiky log up there. I guess it's such a... It's not a hard level once you know how to do it. But some of these jumps are just really precise. And just having to deal with avoiding the poison shrooms while you're trying to do the platforming is kind of a pain. Because there's no way to get rid of the poison shrooms. And that's why I hate that jump, is because if you go even a little bit too high, you get sucked up on top of that rope. Oh, come on. That was the end of the level, too. I always short that jump because I'm afraid I'm going to jump straight up onto that rope. Way too early. Way too early. And this is why we're starting out with this hack. Coming back to Kaizo after not playing it for so long, rather than like jumping into something like Invictus and trying to beat Daitree, because Daitree would just eat me alive. Well, that was interesting. I've never done that before. Yeah, this level's eating me alive for sure. That's just because I'm a little rusty. There are tweaked out meth gators in Bama now. That's good to know. It's just one more reason why I will never visit Alabama. At least not by choice. For any of my viewers that may be from Alabama, sorry, but I just have no desire to ever visit the state of Alabama. I will visit Georgia, but not Alabama. Especially now that there's tweaked out meth gators. Where'd you hear there were tweaked out meth gators in Alabama? I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I got an extra jump in, but that sucks. Mama sent you the news article? It's kind of funny. Oh god. Okay. So. There we go. Out. Done. Finally. Bye-bye. Alright. That doesn't surprise me. She finds some pretty off-the-wall news articles. What just happened? What just happened? And that sucks. Okay, so we're playing the first two levels over again, apparently. Because apparently I had the load state button saved on my controller for some reason, and I accidentally hit the button. That really sucks. Well, it looks like take two on this level. This is gonna bug me. And so it did. Like, I could have swore I saved after I beat this level last time. There's no way to save that. I might could have saved it right there. Seriously, now I'm back to this crap again. I really don't know why it deleted the save. That's weird. I honestly don't know why I had... Oh, I know why I had the save state button on the controller. It's from when I was doing the freaking Kaizo Cup. I was practicing for the quickie portion of it. On the levels that I was practicing on certain things, I was using the save states to practice the certain mechanics. I was practicing the speedrun. This is horrible. I'm so... Okay. Back to the midpoint. Come on. Back to this level real quick. Just really don't know why it deleted my save and made me start over again. That's really weird. No rightward momentum whatsoever. That sucked. Whoa, I'm dropping frames like crazy. Why am I dropping frames? What is going on? Why am I dropping frames? Yeah, I am dropping frames like no other. And why is my chatbot not working? I'm still dropping frames, and I have no clue why. Yo, what's going on, human? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why I'm dropping frames right now. What is going on with my computer? Dismiss. Alright, are we good now? Is it stabilized? Hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to figure out what is going on and why it's using, like, why I'm dropping frames and everything tonight. It's really weird. Because I've got nothing really going on. Weird. But yeah, I know I switched to nights because I'm trying to shake it up, see if I can get more viewers. A lot of people were saying it's harder to watch during the day. And then there was also a lot of people saying that, you know, they don't jump on Twitch during the day. Plus it gives me time to take care of some stuff around the house and time to do other stuff throughout the day, like run errands, stuff like that. Plus this way, if, like, you know, one of the kids is homesick from school, I don't have to cut the stream short or, you know, cancel a stream, because I'm doing it after the kids go to bed anyways. So, you know, just changing it up. It's also why we're playing Mario again tonight instead of Destiny. But sorry everyone, I have no clue why my computer was dropping frames like crazy. It was weird. But yeah, so decided I'd try that. Plus, you know, Grumpy said that he was going to start streaming during the day, or trying to, instead of night streams. And with that, it allows me to still do my job moderating for him during the day, because I can't really mod for him and stream at the same time. Streaming while I'm supposed to be modding for another streamer is kind of counterproductive. So, but yeah, no, I just figured I'd change it up a little bit. Come on. But I'm going back to nights. Plus, Fridays we'll get 2 streams. So we'll get a daytime horror stream and then a nighttime Destiny stream. For like when we run dungeons and stuff like that. Thank you. The connector thing that she's talking about is I got a composite to HDMI upscaler so that I can play on console, like my Nintendo 64 and my Sega Genesis. So I got some more options for games we can play. Though I really do wish I could put games on my Sega Genesis. Because it is like one of the little aftermarket thing Sega Genesis consoles that can play either cartridge or it has like a bunch of games preloaded on it. Okay, out of here. I really don't know what's going on. Like it's almost like something else is trying to connect to our network. Or something on the computer's trying to download. Unless it's something on Steam trying to update, which is possible. But our bandwidth should be good enough that I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that way, but yeah, we're going to be able to play on the Nintendo 64 actually on stream. So that'll be fun. First game I plan to play on the Nintendo 64 is probably going to be Ocarina of Time because I absolutely love that game. It's my second favorite Zelda game. That went so much faster that time. My first favorite's Link to the Past, but... Alright, here's what's gonna happen. Because I'm tired of this. I'm wondering if it's something with Steam. It's not something with Steam. Is it trying to update something? It was trying to update something on Windows, of course. Yeah, it was Windows. Ugh. The Torpedo Ted level. That's right. This level. I gotta do it. Okay. This level's not terrible. I'm just terrible at Torpedo Ted surfing. You gotta go so fast. And I'm dropping frames again. What the hell? I don't know if it's my internet connection or what. It better not be my internet connection. Actually, just go ahead and do that too. I'm not terrible, I'm okay. I definitely could be better at Kaizo though. Grab the block, Mario, or no? I don't really know what's going on. Like, why my computer is all of a sudden... I don't know why the internet connection is all of a sudden being wonky. A little bit closer. Well, I wouldn't bitch about the internet if I wasn't dropping frames for no reason. Because it's not my computer. I've closed out anything that could be downloading anything. So Steam is closed out. I mean, other than Windows itself trying to download something. But I just checked and it is done downloading. But the only explanation for why I'd be dropping frames is the internet right now, so... Grab the freaking block, Mario. Come on. This level, man. This level is... Couldn't remember what was coming up. It wouldn't be an issue if it would just give me a big bounce when I want a big bounce instead of giving me that extra little bounce. Or if you grab the block. I don't know, like every once in a while just starts dropping frames because it shows the network connection slowing down. And I don't know why. But yeah, we are doing nights because it's just a little bit easier on me to do nights. And like I said, chance to try and get more viewers. It's a lot easier to watch at night rather than during the day. Way too far behind. Okay, no big bounce. That's cool too. That's what I'm talking about, like, and that's one of the things I do hate about playing Mario on emulator is sometimes that little bit of lag is just enough. Come on. Alright, I changed my mind. There is one level I absolutely hate in this hack, other than that secret level, and it's this one. I'd say my favorite level in this hack is the one with the shell that changes every time you land on it. Cool, yeah. Don't go in the pipe. That's cool too. Doesn't have to be fun to me. This part's kind of rough, just because you gotta do the precisely timed shell jumps. So I'm surprised I'm not having more problems with the shell jumps. Way too far back. I went too fast? What? That's insane. I'm hoping just to get through the first world, honestly, at this point. Before the end of the stream. Lame. Wow, that was horrible. Grab the shell, come on. I'm so glad that Dave was the one that ran this hack in the Kaizo Cup instead of me. Come on. That shell is in such a weird spot to try and get it and make the bounce over. You don't have time to double bounce and get it. You have to get it on one bounce. Oh my god, why can I not hit that now? Can't hit any shell jumps now. Come on. I didn't think I was going to make that ending. Oh my god, I thought I was going to freaking run into that wall and then miss the TED to get the big bounce up because it didn't give me a big bounce when I wanted it. Valenhall. This level's not bad. Nice jump, Mario. I think my first time playing through, I found it actually easier to thread the needle of a big bounce than try and do a small bounce over. And I just went directly onto the next saw from there. That was a bad jump. Okay. Why did he like jump straight sideways? Like that. That's what I did my first playthrough and just rode the saw across, but apparently I just don't remember how to do it anymore. Hopefully we haven't had any more drop frames. I can't really tell right now. So I do like that Jordan didn't use munchers on every single level. But I don't think Jordan used any munchers in this hack. I think it was all spikes. For static, like, death blocks. Up there dying. Here's your shoulder. Or because it's so hot in the house right now because the freaking weather doesn't know if it wants to be winter, fall, or summer. Cause I know I'm dying down here. I'm sweating bullets down here. Shoulder? Yeah, I kind of figured. we got the midpoint. Okay, I'm like doing like the smallest like jump I can do. Okay. There you go, out of that level. Out of Ellen Hall. That's more accurate. Okay. Sorry, my dashboard was being weird. Oh, yeah. This level. Okay. No rope glitch. Guess I could have gotten the secret exit there. So I'm not doing the secret exit, so I don't know why I would, but... It's always amazing how much you forget about these hacks, like about what kind of jump you need to do or where you need to aim for certain things, like shell jumps, when you haven't played them in a while. I just need to go there and not try and stop on that platform. That's the problem. Because right after that's the midpoint. If I remember correctly, the last jump in this level is the hardest part of this level. If I remember correctly. as that's going up, jump off of it, catch a platform on the other side. Got it. So my dog's it every night, at least one of them. Jump. Okay, don't hesitate, just go. Okay, so I need to go before that. Got it. Don't know what I was thinking there. So when is the official move happening? Human. Or has it already started? Yeah, I wasn't going to call out Duke like that, but yeah, it is the big one. The biggest of the dogs, man, he will rip them all night long. Yep, you got the whiny dog and then the dog that thinks he's a meerkat. I got the dog that was supposed to be half the size he is, that has a bullwhip for a tail and sits there and farts all night long. And then, like, we'll sit there and grumble if I try and tell him to do something or if I try and talk to him. That was bullshit. That last jump is the pain in the ass jump. Because you gotta jump out, then come back in, and then land on that little platform, and then jump off of it before it drops out from underneath you. That part's kind of annoying too, just because you have to beat the platform out of there. You can't jump off the back of the platform, because if you do, you got nowhere to land on the other side. And the hitbox on that spike is just stupid. I think this level would have been a good one had it not been for, like... Actually, you know what? This level's pretty good. The secret exits are kind of a pain to find because they're not exactly noticeable. I think that's the only issue I really had with this level. I was trying to find the secret exit the first time. And that part right there, that part's annoying. But it's still a pretty fun level. That jump right there. That jump is such a pain. The speed strat for that is just thread the needle, but it does not work very well. Like, it is such a hard jump to hit to thread that needle. I thought about doing the Climb the Tower tournament, but I don't know. I just get tired of running the same hack over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, I got so burnt out on Quickie 1 after the Kaizo Cup. It's a great hack, Quickie 1 is, but I got so tired of running it. But then, like, Tower is such a short hack that, you know, for a while, when I did the last Climb the Tower tournament, I ran it, you know, a bunch of times. And then just absolutely got destroyed first round of the tournament. Because I got paired up with somebody that ran, you know, like, almost world record on it. But I don't know. I also just am not a fan of Climb the Tower that much anymore. When I first started playing Kaizo, I was like, oh no, this is a cool hack, you know, blah blah blah, it's short, it's easy. But like the more different hacks I've played, the more I've realized just how bad that hack really is. Just because there's a lot of jank in it. A lot of weird regrabs. I don't know. It's definitely not one of my recommendations for people to play if they're just starting out. Not anymore anyways. Used to be. Now I'm just kind of like, no, don't play this one. It'll frustrate the hell out of you. Maybe I could go behind that. I don't know. I've never seen anybody go behind it. I've always seen everybody go ahead of it. Yo, what's going on, Earl? How you doing, brother? Steel Rain over on Facebook. Oh, I'm just living the dream, playing some Orcus, because I really, really do like this hack. I think Jordan did a really good job on it. Now, if I could just get a little bit of luck. Thank you. You're mainly on Twitch now. Oh, nice. Hey, babe, if you're still in here, can you give Steel Rain a shout out, please? And thank you. Yo, it's Daron, the single-handed gamer. Get good already. Psh. Dude, this is the first time I've touched Kaizo since the incident with Hyperion. Like, I have not touched it at all. I've been playing Destiny, I've been playing Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and I've been playing scary games. But I decided I wanted to get back into it. I wanted to get back into Kaizo because I've got to finish Invictus. I've got to. I'm on Die Tree. I've got to finish it. Do I need to? I need to be holding jump longer there, I think. But yeah, this is... Thanks, babe. Hold on. I got it, babe.
Bitch ass, trick ass, hoe ass, bitch
there
ass,
we go.
Slut.
Fucking loud.
Fuck you, anime cartoon wannabe having a bitch ass.
Running around as Sasuke in freaking Fortnite. That's one game I just couldn't get into, man. Dude, you play this one hand. You play this with one hand. You're better than I am. Dude, there's a lot of cursing in my streams. You don't believe me? Just watch some of the playthroughs on my YouTube channel, because I put all of my old. I've been putting all my VODs on there. Thank you, babe. So that just pulls a random clip. Yeah. She's here. I'm a hide. Yeah, man. Since you're over here on Twitch more now, check out Twitch Guru. Like, it's Fortnite. That's why Sasuke had a gun. It's because it's Fortnite. It's like, why would Goku or Vegeta have guns in Fortnite? But they do. The other thing that I would say to use it for is like on my Be Right Back screen. Any clips I have of my stream, it plays the clips on a random loop so that there's something for people to watch on my Be Right Back screen. Because when I was streaming during the day, like, I'd grab something to eat real quick and then I would turn that on while I was grabbing something to eat. But yeah, no, it's Fortnite, like, so babe, Fortnite has been trying to introduce like other characters into the game. Like, for a while they had like all the Marvel characters. I don't remember how to do that part. And when they had like the Marvel characters, like you'd have Iron Man with a gun, or Captain America with a gun, or Thor with a gun. Hey, I remembered how to do that though. But yeah, just Fortnite's just one of those games I just couldn't get into, man. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get into it. Like, I definitely prefer PUBG. Where was my big bounce on that one? Yeah, Boba Fett. Yeah, see, they've done like, they've added so many characters in, and really all it is just a skin. But like with like Goku, you could do the Kamehameha. Though it's really funny listening to some of these younger guys that play Fortnite try and say Kamehameha. Because they're like the Kamehameha. See, I like shooting games, but like, I don't really play the ones I used to anymore. I used to play stuff like Call of Duty all the time with Chels. Yeah, I get tired of playing the same thing on stream every day. Like, I've been trying to change it up with, like, Batman, I played Doom 64, Blasphemous, I've played The Quarry, I've played tons of stuff. The Mortuary Assistant, if you like scary games, Earl, I thought Gotham Knights was already out. But no, I did Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I haven't done Arkham Knight yet, and I don't have Arkham Origin. Oh, I could have swore it was already out. It must be the people that are doing like the alpha testing on it that have put out footage on like Twitter and stuff. But like, if you like scary games though, Earl, the Mortuary Assistant, man, that game is so much fun. Yeah. I was gonna say, because I know I've seen a few people playing it. Oh man, it's so much fun though. Like, Chels definitely had a lot of fun scaring the shit out of me with the Mortuary Assistant. In fact, everybody, Alicia, Chels, Grumpy. God, I wish I could get the shell jump. Yeah, Human, like all of them, they all had so much fun. Horror games are fun, man. Of course, it also depends on which horror game you're playing. Like, The Quarry was good, but my only complaint about The Quarry was, like, it's a long game. And once you know, like, there's a lot of jump scares that don't change in the game. And once you know, like, what's coming, you know, it doesn't really have that much replayability value for the story. Even though there are, like, alternate endings that you can get. But it's... But as far as like the horror games that I've been playing lately, of course Phasmophobia I'm going to be playing again because they got the new update again, which is going to be a lot of fun. But that's going to be during the days. That way I don't have to worry about waking up the kids when Chelsea and them scare the shit out of me. But yeah, no, especially with Halloween coming up. Dude, it's a lot of fun. That's actually the first game I started out on was Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia and Among Us were the two games I started out playing. And then Grumpy's the one that got me into freaking Kaizo. I guess misery loves company, right? Yeah, no joke, right? I never played Warzone. I just never really had an interest because Call of Duty just... Call of Duty was just one of those games that I played for a little while. Yeah, she gave me a pin and she like just threw the door to my office open when she gave me the pin. I don't know. I stopped playing around Black Ops 2. Chelsea and I used to play zombies a lot in Black Ops 2. But we never really, like, I never really got back into playing online. And, like, it got to the point where there was, like, no story to the game. It was just... Dude, Daron, seriously, man. Go to my YouTube channel and look up the jump scare compilation. You can see the exact moment when she brings me the pin. Because it scares the ever-loving shit out of me. It was while I was playing the mortuary assistant. It was hilarious, man. But I still think that Grumpy got the best scare while I was playing that game. Yeah. Grumpy got the best jump scare out of that game. And that's just because, you know, like, he distracted me. And he distracted me enough to where it was like, you know, I'm like, ha ha ha, very funny, guys. And I didn't jump or anything. And I looked back at the screen, and then that's when the jump scare on the screen got me. And yeah, it was just so perfectly timed. But those guys had a lot of fun with that one. Lately, it's been Visage. Visage is such a creepy game. Working on a custom highlight. Nice. Go left when I hit him the second time, you dingus. But yeah, like, I really have had a lot of fun with the horror games lately. I wish there were more, like, actual scary horror games out there. But unfortunately, there's not. And I wish Visage just had a little bit, like, clearer path of what you're supposed to be doing to it. That's the hardest part of that game, is, like, it's like, oh, you gotta navigate this freaking house with no lights, and then it dumps you into this area, and then you gotta freaking try and do some objective, but you don't know what the objective is because there's no clear indication on what the objective is that you're supposed to be doing, so... Oh my god, she would run up and, like, bang on the door when I was, like, really into the game, like, really focused on what I was supposed to be doing, like, trying to watch out for jump scares. So I'm like not paying attention to her at all. Where was my jump? And like all of a sudden she just like I just hear boom 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 on the door. So the running joke on Fridays for a while was, you know, asking me if I wore my brown pants. So, dude, don't butter her up. Don't butter her up. She's just standing there waiting. Yeah, like. Oh, and then she finally busted out that remote control spider that she got forever ago to scare me with, that she told you about. She finally busted that thing out, and now the kids have like a little shrine for it because they think it's absolutely hilarious to try and scare me with it. Kiss ass. I hate that shell jump so much. Shows he's smarter than me. That's probably true. Oh yeah, and they named the spider Alicia. So yeah, that's pretty hilarious too. But no, man, it's been like we've had some good day streams. It's just I wasn't getting any viewers during the day, so I decided to switch back to nights. Thank you, little dino, for totally going where you're supposed to go. Yeah, like trying to get on Peyton's team in Mario Kart when you're doing battles. That is super smart. But no, man, it's been good. It's just been, you know, only getting like 2-3 viewers at a time during the day. So I was like, you know, as much as I'd love to keep streaming during the day, because I can do longer streams during the day, it just wouldn't make it sense because there wasn't any viewers. Dude, they're both good at video games. Like, Peyton's good at the battles. Jack's decent at the racing now. As long as you do like the slower carts, he has an easier time with it. He hasn't exactly learned how to corner with faster carts. And then, like, him with Pokemon, like, I got Pokemon Sword and Shield for all of us. And, like, he almost has as many Pokemon as I do. And is at the very end of the game. And I've only had to do one Pokemon battle for him. And that's just because it was a really weird one. I think it was the Dragon Trainer, and neither of them had dragons. Oh my god, hit the freaking dino! But yeah, it was Both of them are really good at. Yeah, and Spyro, like, they're both really good at Spyro. No, they changed it in Sword and Shield. Dragon's only weak to dragon. See if you can beat this before me. Yeah. The only thing Dragon is weak against is Dragon and Sword and Shield. Which sucks, because neither of them had Dragon-type Pokemon, so I had to go and try and, like, find them Dragon-type Pokemon. And then get them Dragon moves. The other thing I had to help them with is getting all the evolutions. Yeah, he does. He beats all the hard stuff for her on Spyro, and beats all of the like tough Pokemon trainers for her in Pokemon Sword and Shield. She just likes to catch the same Pokemon over and over and over again. Like the same type of Pokemon. So she's got like 150 freaking, what is the squirrel one? The Suavit or whatever? She's got a bunch of those and a bunch of Goldines. And a bunch of Pikachus and a bunch of Eevees. Because she wanted all the different types of Eevee. Dude, why are they not going to the right at all? Like, they're supposed to freaking go to the right. Jack probably is better than me at Spyro, because the last time I played Spyro the Dragon was on the PS1. The original PlayStation. So, yeah. He probably is better than me at Spyro. Dude, I'm holding the freaking button. Give me a big bounce. I can't believe I'm dying to like the easiest thing in this level. It's not even like a hard jump, because you don't even have to have the dino all the way up at the top of its jump whenever you hit it there. So. Yeah, cool. Take 10 years to freaking blow fire. That's cool. Chelsea's just good at water levels. Like, she's just good at Kaizo swimming. I can't explain that. Like, I don't know how. She's just good at. That is very true. We don't, and when we do play, we play with each other, not against each other. But even then, like, the competitive streak comes out. Like when we play PUBG together, it's always, you know, like, oh, I got more kills than you. Ha 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 ha. You want to see me versus Chelsea and what? What would you want to see me versus Chelsea in? Thank you for finally letting me through. First boss. Oh, God. It shorted the jump. Are you kidding me? I hate this. I don't... Oh my god. I don't poach kills. I shoot at the people shooting at us. Because when we're on teams, it shouldn't really matter who gets more kills out of the team. Yeah, so as you can see, we get competitive, even when we're playing with each other on the same team. Jump. Yeah, it's kind of bad with how competitive we can be. Dude, that homing boo train, like, the stupid angles it can turn is just ridiculous. Leave me alone. No yum. Only someone who poaches kills would say something like that. Alright, man. Alright. Through World 1. Sweet. On to World 2. Ah. Storable Rise. Which one is this one? Oh. There's no shell jumps in this one, so... Jump. I really don't remember this level. Green Koopa. So it will not turn around, it will keep walking. Okay, so I need to just go on that one. awesome. I love it when I corner clip on these stupid things and it doesn't let me get all the way up onto the platform. Yeah, everybody can now see why Dave was the one that ran Orcus during the Kaizo Cup. I would have, like, totally sucked it up for my team. Wrong jump. I keep seeing the piranha plants. I want to spin jump, but I know I'm not supposed to. Too slow. The one thing I really remember for sure about this hack is Jordan really liked making fucked up jumps for the final jumps of every level. For the most part. I bonked. I really do like this jump though. Where you gotta jump around and then go back the way you came from. I don't like that jump. It's just really weird timing on it. But this jump right here. If I get the shell to go the right way. Wait a second there for the piranha plant to start going back in. Come on.
freaking jump, though. It's a cool setup. It's a tough setup. Come on, I hit it on the left side. It should have kicked it to the right. Dude, it is like sweltering in my office right now. Okay, I remember this part now. Right in the face. This level was like the bane of my existence my first playthrough for a good hot while. Hell, when I finally got to midpoint, I had a hard time with that jump right there for a long time. Big bounce, come on. There we go, out of that level. This one's an interesting level. I do remember hating that jump too. But I think it's really cool to have the spiked shells, the spiky top shells, instead of the regular shells to do all the shell tricks with. I remember thinking that was a lot of fun. Gotta go. Can't go. Or I can't wait. Got a whole jump, dingus. yeah, this level I thought was so much fun when I first played through this. I do remember struggling with some of it though, just because it's a lot of precise jumps. Damn it. I thought that platform was gonna fall. Damn it. Wow, I was way slow on that one. That was bad. My favorite one is actually the one with the shell that changes. In World 3. Why wouldn't I just let go of the shell instead of, you know, trying to... Yeah, when it goes from regular to spiny. I love that level. Wow, what a bad jump. But yeah, that level where it goes from regular shell to spiny shell, back to regular, every time you bounce on the shell. I absolutely love that level. The only thing I wish that would have been a little bit different is I think that would have been a really fun one to do with motor skills. But I think that would have been a little bit too easy to do if it was motor skills. Where you could switch between jumps. I think that would have made it a little bit too easy. There wouldn't have been any puzzle. Oh, have fun, man. Take it easy, human. I'll talk to you later, man. But yeah, no, that level, like, I think it would have taken away all the puzzle solving portion of it, and it would have just been, you know, just straight up shell level. And it would have been a pretty easy shell level at that. Keep trying to jump way too early. that shell. But yeah, this one is probably one of my favorites. I absolutely loved this level whenever I played it the first time. Though I really wish I could track a shell. In a bucket. There we go. Why'd that spawn in so weird? That spawned in really late. Way to surf that spiny. Dude, I'm letting go of the jump button. Just fucking little bounce over to the flying little spiny. That's all we need. Damn it. Went too fast. Hitting it too early. Okay. Or too late, I guess. I don't know. I need to hit where that blue coin is. I could not get a big bounce to save my life right there. don't. Shenanigans. Quit letting go of the jump button, dingus, until the second spiny. Come on. I don't get what I'm... And then I didn't want to jump whenever I wanted him to. Okay, cool. Awesome. There we go. Out. Finally. God. Finally. Good level. I don't know. When I've got to do spin jumps instead of regular jumps for shell tricks, it just kind of makes my brain go, da. Ooh. Okay, I do remember the second half of this level has some awkward jumps, kind of. I remember there's a shell jump at the end where you gotta... That's the jump. That's the awkward jump. Right there. That's the runoff. I'll go jump too soon. And clear that cactus. Nice jump. It's right there. Running off that edge, like, it doesn't look like there's any way to clear it, but you will if you just run off and catch that Koopa. The cactuses right next to the Pokies are kind of annoying. Come on. You almost have to like wait there a second for that one Super Koopa to show up. There we go, out of that level. Just don't remember how to do this whole Kaizo thing. Ugh, bastard hole. Forgot what I was supposed to do. Damn it. He didn't jump. This level was the one that everybody dreaded in freaking Kaizo Cup. Really? This one was just ridiculous. That's because of that spike ball right there. Thanks for running. That was really cute, Mario. The second half of this level is just brutal. Like, there's no way around it. Like, it's just tough. Like, there's a huge difficulty spike in this level. I wasn't even holding jump. Why did you float so far? I held jump too early. Orcus is a really good one. Not my favorite, but it's a good one. I don't get that. Like, I'm not holding jump, so I don't know why he's floating across. Damn it. I have Take It Easy. I haven't played it yet, though. Like... Dude, like that thwomp. I hate that part. How far have you made it in Invictus, Solo? Or have you already beaten it? Stuck on the second one? You're stuck on Scorched Earth? I thought you got through Scorched Earth. I could have swore I was there when you got through Scorched Earth. That's such a weird bounce off of that freaking bonefish. Oh, let me get... It's been so long since I played the first level of Invictus. Like... I'm like some 56 hours in on the game. On my first playthrough, and I'm on Dietry. So yeah, let me tell you, that's a fun level right there, Die Tree. Like the first half of it is the most insane Skytree I've ever played. Gotcha. That didn't work. So my plan was to drop down a little bit lower before I went over toward that Dwomp. Which I think is the play to get through there. But oh. I'm saying, I'm stuck on Die Tree right now in Invictus, and it's the worst, like, the first half of it is the most difficult Skytree I've ever played in my life. And I can make it about halfway up it somewhat consistently. How have the ads been? Just curious, because I have them set up to where I still get, like, so in order to get my, 50-50 share that I'm supposed to get from Twitch, I have to run 3 minutes of ads every hour. So. Oh, so you're on the 3rd level then. You're not on the 2nd level, you're on the 3rd level. Yeah, 1x1 is a hard level, like, super rough level. Probably one of the hardest levels It's definitely the hardest single room level I've ever played. Claustrophobia didn't take me nearly as long as 1x1 did. Yeah, Claustrophobia, the second one-room level, so much better. Mainly because in the version that is not the most recent version, but the version before it, which is the one I've got, it has checkpoints in Claustrophobia in every room. Whereas with 1x1, it's not checkpoints in every room. So, yeah. But 1x1, once you get through it, that one's like a huge accomplishment. Lake Bottom was freaking rough. And the second half of... The first half of Cemetery Bloom was rough. Second half, not so much. Second half was a little bit easier. But... I need to get better about being in streams during the day now that I'm back to streaming nights again. Oh, so I won a free copy of the new God of War game that's coming out in November. God of War Ragnarok. I won a free copy of it the other day. I need to play Cuter Kaizo too. I still haven't played Love Yourself either. But that's based off of the fact that you told me that it's like super simple. I'm not going to be streaming it because I got it on I want a copy of it on console, and I'm not putting a PS4 in the office. I already have too many consoles in here. Though Chelsea did order me I found a thing I needed to be able to play my N64 on stream and my Sega Genesis, so I'll actually be able to play on console with the goofy controllers for the Sega Genesis and the N64. Way too easy. Well, you see how much I'm struggling with this right now, man. Might not be too easy for me right now. It might be a great way to get back into Kaizo. Like, I was half tempted to play Quickie 1 just to kind of see where I'd be at. But I was like, I'm not playing Quickie 1 for 3 hours. Oh my god, I finally hit the freaking thwomp and it didn't give me a big bounce. I did a left-right. I hesitated. Maybe, man, I'm rusty. There we go. Finally out of this level. God. Though, I will say this. There was a night that I decided to race Grumpy. And I did beat Grumpy in Quickie 1. I was very proud of that fact. Ooh, it's a sperm rope. Oh, I forgot that that's freaking... Okay, that was cool. You might have been there. It was one night that Chelsea was stirring the pot. She's like, oh, Justin says he could beat you in Kaizo now. I said, no. I said, I think I could maybe beat him in one Kaizo. This is probably the easiest level in this hack. As long as you have a controller that's good for grabbing ropes. And Mario jumps whenever you tell him to. Yeah, it was a really poor choice to design them like that. I knew there was one spin jump in the entire level. One spin jump in the entire level. Alright, cool. Candlestone Caverns. I don't remember this one. Oh, it's a mole level. God, I hate this level. I don't remember how to do this first part. hate this level so much. This first half of the level is just so annoying. Because that one spot where you have the 4 moles. Because I can never get it to line up right where I need it. I'm pretty sure I could grab that platform as long as I re-grab after that last mole. It makes you feel like you're going too fast in this level. That's what I hate about it. Wow. I do like the DK music though. This level right here, and this, particularly that section right there with the 4 moles. I absolutely hate that section. The rest of it, not too bad. It's just that part right there where you're trying to get to that little platform, and it's like a pain in the ass to get everything to line up right. But yeah, now I'm going to be playing some Nintendo 64 games and some Sega Genesis games on stream on like Wednesdays and Thursdays, so that I have something other than Mario and Destiny to play on stream. I'm just waiting for the little piece to come in so that I can hook up my Nintendo 64 and my Sega Genesis to the capture card. So for the Nintendo 64, I've got Ocarina of Time, I've got Shadows of the Empire, and I have Rogue Squadron that I could play. And then on the Sega Genesis, it came preloaded with a bunch of games. So I want to say it's got like Streets of Rage games. Some of the Sonic games. It didn't come with all of them, which is weird. And then it came with stuff like the Ooze and I want to say what do you mean? Like on my console? So Ocarina of Time, I actually have played it a couple of times, and I actually have a 0 death save file on it. And then, like on the Sega Genesis, it came preloaded with a bunch of them on it. Yo, Walter, what's going on? How's it going tonight? But I think I've got Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 3 on the Genesis. I've got... like, I think the Golden Axe games, Streets of Rage. I haven't gotten any GGs yet on this level. But yeah, it was like one of those little aftermarket consoles that they came out with, Solo, that has all of the games built into it. And then I've got a bunch of the Sega classic games on an Xbox game for my 360 that I could play if I really wanted to. But yeah, I do have a lot of games, and then that's not even counting all the ones I've got on my computer for the emulator. I've got a ton on there too. So I mean, I've got a decent amount of games. I've played Rogue Squadron and Shadows of the Empire, I guess somewhat recently. But then I've also got all the games on my Switch too. So, and then all the Xbox 360 games. And then the Steam games. So, I've got quite a few. So, I've got some options of stuff I can play on stream. Yeah, but I'd rather have the game options to play on stream and not know what to play than not have options and be stuck playing the same thing every single stream. You know? So... Dude. So let me get the shell jump so I can get the midpoint so I can get out of this level. But yeah, like... I wish I had more, like, actual Nintendo 64 games. But they are so freaking expensive. Like, do you know how much a copy of Mario 64 goes for? For the console? An actual cartridge of Mario 64 for the console is, like, insane. Last time I checked, for one in box, it's like $800. For a used copy that had a scratched up label, it was like $150. Same with like Bomberman 64. Apparently it's just really hard to find Bomberman 64. I didn't think I made that. Damn. But like, there are so many great games that I wish I had that I can remember playing as a kid. And I do have some of them on emulator, but there's quite a few that I wish I still had. One game I'm so glad I don't have and I will never ever play again is Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. That game was garbage. Thanks for jumping, Mario. You're a real champ. You know that? But I would play some of them on the Switch since I have the, you know, expansion pack, whatever, for the Nintendo Online. But, like, some of those games, as awkwardly shaped as the Nintendo 64 controller is, some of those games would just be so hard to play if it wasn't on the Nintendo 64 controller. And I'm not gonna buy a Nintendo 64 controller for the Switch. You know, like, it drives me nuts because, like, I'm sitting here trying to do it all, and, like, I'm hitting the button and he still won't jump. Oh my god, I hate this level so much. Like, mole levels are just horrible in general, and this one, like, if it weren't for that part where I gotta do, like, the 4 moles and then the Koopa right here, and I could get that shell jump more consistently, it wouldn't be that bad. But that one part right there is just garbage. Because it punishes you for going fast through there. But, like, Ocarina of Time. So, like, I absolutely love that game. It's, like I said, probably my second favorite Zelda game. If it weren't for the fact that it's so much easier to do all of the combat and everything with the Z targeting system, I wouldn't mind playing that on a different console. But I wouldn't mind playing it on the Switch. But, like, the controller shape for the Nintendo 64 just fit that game so much better, in my opinion, anyways. This level also wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't directly after Bastard Hall. Bastard Hall was such a freaking ridiculous level. I absolutely hate that he put these two levels back to back. I would have definitely separated them. But yeah, like, I'm excited to play some of the older games. Though there will not be a whole lot of Sonic the Hedgehog on my stream. I'm not the biggest fan of the game. grabbing too good to where it's giving me the big bounce instead of just a regrab. I don't remember, is this the last level of this world? I want to say this one is. I want to say this level is the last one in this world. And this is the one with the messed up mole earries. And then... and then it's World 3, which is where my favorite level is. Though I will say the first secret level was kind of tough, just because it started you off with the double shell jump. Like if that Koopa was like one tile to the right, it wouldn't be that bad. But because it's that close... Quit freaking jumping! Come on. I'm hoping we can get through this so we can just be done with 2 separate worlds. Or 2 worlds in this hack, at least in one stream. And after not playing Kaizo for like, you know, months, I'd say it's not a bad job. Though I really wish I could get a shell jump now. Maybe I need to stop trying to go backwards with the shell jump. Throw it against the right wall instead. Yeah, if that Koopa was like 1 tile to the right and 1 tile down, probably it'd probably be perfect. But I don't know if that would work because I don't know if... I don't remember in Lunar Magic if those ones, it depends on what position on the x-axis, I think, is what causes it to be either vertical or horizontal. Yeah, cool. Just keep running to the left. But I want to say on the Sega Genesis that I have, there's like 150 games preloaded on it. Now, like, 60 of those games are not like actual Sega Genesis games. They're just like generic games that they put on there. So like there's a chess game and like a checkers game and like just a random bunch of games on there. But like there's a ton of really good games too. I don't remember if that one has Zombies Ate My Neighbors or not. If it does, I might play that one on stream. If not, that one might be on the Nintendo Switch expansion bundle. But that would be one game I'd definitely want to play on stream. Sorry, my thing's all jacked up. Alright, we're going to give it a couple more attempts, and then I'm going to call it a night, because it is almost midnight, and I have to get up to take the kids to school. So let's see if we can hopefully get this. Yeah, I'm not stressing it too much just because, like I said, I took a few months off. The last time I played Kaizo was when I played Hyperion on stream and then the game kept freezing. And then that was when I messaged the creator of the hack and told them about the problem, and they were just like, oh, well, you have to one-shot that part, otherwise it freezes. Don't know what to tell you. You just have to one-shot it. So they were like, oh, I fixed that, it's in the latest version that's up, and I checked my version against the version that they had up, and it was the exact same version. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no. Which, don't get me wrong, it looked like a great hack, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and, you know, play a hack that breaks if I don't one-shot a level. One specific level. I'm not going to do that. That's not fun. So, like, because I didn't one-shot the level, if I try and go back in and play that one level, it freezes at the same spot every time. Hyperion. It's the reason why I stopped playing it. The hack's broken. Basically, if you take one of the secret exits and you don't one-shot the back half of the secret exit, if every time you try and go into the level after that, it will it breaks the level. It won't let you progress. Like, the entire game freezes and crashes if you don't one-shot the level. And it's one specific jump where you have to slide down a rope, and then as soon as you slide down and jump, the game just goes kaput. Hey, there we go. Midpoint. Forgot what I was supposed to do there. Well, and like, the part that pissed... About time. Psh. I'll go until I finish this level, and then I'll call it after that. But yeah, like, I put a thing on SMW Central about it, and the hack creator was just like, oh, well, I fixed that in the latest version. I was like, I've got the latest version. I just downloaded this like a week ago. They were like, oh, well, then you just gotta one-shot that section of the level. Otherwise, it'll freeze. I don't know why it's happening. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So you don't know why your hack's broken, and then you don't know how to fix it, and your solution is to just get good scrub, I guess. Okay, cool. I mean, it would be super simple if that one level is what's doing that. It's only in that one level. Remove that secret exit. Simple. Yeah. So I was kind of pissed off about that. That's why I haven't gone back and played it. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not even on my computer anymore. I'm pretty sure I already deleted it. And, like, don't get me wrong. Like, from what I played before it broke, it was a good hack. I really enjoyed it. But that one thing and their response to it was enough for me to be like, yeah, nope, I really don't care about your hack enough anymore to want to play it. Because I really enjoyed watching, you know, what I saw of you playing it, the little that I saw of you playing it, because I wanted to play it. And the little I played of it, because I think this was like the first or second secret exit that it was doing that on. So I was like, I barely had gotten into the game and couldn't play it because I gotta just go there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have time for people like that, man. If you want to make something, you want to say, oh yeah, no, it's great, it's good, you should play it. But then, you know, somebody points out, hey, something's broken with it. Oh, well, I don't know, figure it out. And I've heard a couple of people say that they've lost their save files with Hyperion. Wow, cool. Don't give me big bounce. That's awesome. Now, if it's something because you switch emulators or whatever, that kind of sucks, but that does happen. I've lost save files because of switching emulators. Come on. See, I use BSNES. I don't know, I never did get into RetroArch. Though I probably should have, because it's a good place to put all of your emulators together. Because, like, for the Game Boy, I've got the VGBA emulator. For Sega Genesis, I've got the Kega Fusion. And then for Super Nintendo, I've got the BSNES. I started out on SNES 9X, but I had a lot of problems with it. Like, games being choppy. I want to say it's the last level of this world. I want to say that. And the boss in this one isn't terrible. Yo, Red Blaze Jr., what's going on? Welcome to the chat. How's it going tonight? But yeah, like SNES 9X, I just had a lot of issues with, like, you know, picture being choppy, gameplay being choppy, not like on stream, but like on the computer. And then, like, other than that, like, all the other emulators I've gotten have been really good. But, yeah, as far as, like, playing, like, not just Mario hacks, but, like, other SNES games, I've had so much more luck with BSNES than any other emulator. But I know a lot of people that play with BizHawk, too. Stupid mole face. Shenanigans. Honestly, if it wasn't such a pain in the ass to set up, I would totally get emulators for PlayStation games too. But they're such a pain. Because there's a bunch of special stuff you gotta set up for them, and just to get them working to where you can play games on your computer. Red Blaze, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Orcus is good. It's not my first playthrough, but it's been a while since I've played it, obviously. I've only played it a couple of times, and I took like a, I don't know, 5-6 month break from Kaizo. So, just trying to get back into the swing of things, and I figured this one would be a good one to get back into the swing of things. And, you know, it's not terrible, it's just, I'm so rusty. So, like, trying to, you know, time my regrabs right, remember how the levels go. Like, I'm surprised I haven't had more problems with shell jumps. Honestly. Stupid mole. What's the tip you got for me? And if you say get good, so help me Solo, I will mute you. Fucking mole! I knew it was coming too. I fucking knew it. For anybody that's new to the chat or doesn't know, Single-Handed Gaming streams over on Facebook. Great dude. But he plays these Kaizo hacks with one hand. Like, he has two hands, but he only has full use of one hand. So he plays all of these with one hand. So yeah. And he likes to talk a lot of smack because he knows that he can just tell my wife I'm being mean to him. What are you streaming tomorrow, Solo? Or are you streaming tomorrow? Or are you taking the day off tomorrow? Dude, see that one was bullshit. I was above the freaking sunglasses. I should have been safe. Stupid mega mole. Bastard. Yeah, it is. Especially since I'm currently also... You rage quit today? It's not just these moles, it's all moles. Like, especially since all moles are naturally slippery. Like, they all feel like they have ice physics. I wish I could just skip that mole right there. I wish I could just hold jump and just float across. Instead of having... Wrong block, you dingus. But yeah, like, I absolutely hate mole levels. That was just a horrible attempt at a shell jump. I was not paying attention. But yeah, like, this hack, I really do like this hack. It's a lot of fun. It's a good, like, tougher beginner hack. I just, like I said, I'm so rusty. Like, I could probably open up Quickie 1 right now, and like 6 months ago I was running sub 20. Shut up, Solo. Like, 6 months ago I was running Quickie 1 sub 20. And I could probably open it right now, and it would probably take me about 45 minutes to an hour to do. Damn it! get that jump. But yeah, like I don't know. I just kind of got burned out on Kaizo. Did a competition over on Facebook about 6 months ago. Thank you. Now I can go into this BS boss. That is the most bullshit freaking frame perfect block grab ever. I hate this boss. Why? Why would you kick it? Why would you kick it? Why wouldn't you just drop it? At least Jordan was nice enough to get 4 blocks. Oh my god. In case you break one, like Mario did, like a dingus, trying to set it down next to a spike instead of kicking it. So many freaking mole ghosts. Yeah, no, that's totally cool. You don't have to actually throw the block. You can just drop it wherever you want, Mario. Just nicely, gently set it down. 90% of the time. That makes total sense. Can you even make that jump without hitting one of those Eries? Well, yeah, if he's dropping it on the ghost, it's fine. But if he's like, you know, nowhere near the ghost, you know, just, you know, if he's nowhere near the boo, you know, just setting it down gently and, you know, tucking it into bed and kissing it softly goodnight is not the answer. I don't know what the hell happened there. Apparently I'm trying to block dupe concrete blocks. That's cool too. Hey, you kicked it. Congratulations. I think I have to hit an Eerie to get up there to get that last one. Nice jump. Got a new plan. Get me out. Yo, let's go. All right. Hopefully it saves it this time. I'm gonna be sleeping in the doghouse tonight. Probably. You know me. It's my favorite place to sleep, Solo. In the doghouse. Alright, let's go into here and then I'm going to Save it. Save it. Save it. Just in case. Alright. So I'm going to call it for tonight, though. It is midnight, and I have to be up with the kids, take them to school in the morning. So, yeah. Sorry for anyone that was in here earlier when we had all the drop frames. I have no clue what was going on. I don't know if it was Steam trying to update something. I don't know if it was Windows trying to update something. I don't know if it was freaking the internet being screwy, because that's what it looked like, was the internet being screwy. Which, I mean, it could have been that they were trying to do something on the network and just kind of were dill holes about it. Let me see who is on. Give me 1 second. Bear with me while I get... let's see. Arisen Dead's on. We're going to go see Arisen Dead. For those of you that don't know, Arisen Dead is, like, amazing at Kaizo. Great dude. Like, totally awesome. One of those people that I absolutely love watching. He is a master of item abuse. Just great dude, all about, promoting good mental health. Really awesome. He took some time off for personal reasons and is trying to get back into the swing of things. So I am going to send you guys over to Arisen Dead. Yeah. But Red Blaze, thank you for the new follow, man. I really appreciate it. Is an ad running right now? Is that what's going on? Or did an ad just run? I have no clue. But I'm sorry for the amount of ads going on right now. It's a Twitch thing. In order for streamers to get their 50-50 cut, we have to run 3 minutes of ads every hour. I did turn off pre-roll ads, so they shouldn't be running, but it should be like 1.5 minutes every 30 minutes or so. But it shouldn't be running any more than that. It shouldn't be running, like a full 3 minutes or 6 ads or whatever. So tomorrow night will be Destiny 2. It'll be the same time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to midnight. And then Wednesday and Thursday I'm kind of up in the air on right now. We just finished up Arkham City. Might be going to, depending on when the thing comes in for me to hook up the Nintendo 64 and the Genesis, might play one of those Wednesday or Thursday. Might do Ocarina of Time or something like that. But definitely appreciate everybody coming to hang out tonight. Gonna send you over to Risen Dead, tell them I said what's up, and I will see everybody at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Have a good one, everybody.